What's going on, guys? Daily Peeps here. So this is just my analysis for the upcoming week. Okay, so starting from let's start from the DXY, the United States Dollar Index. So this is on the weekly time frame, and as you can see, this is last week's candle, and it's giving us this long wick right here, which is actually showing a bearish intention. Okay, because why will price move all the way up here, give us this big red candle, move up here, and still give us this wick? So personally, I see that this is a near target for DXY to reach. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, this is what I see. But let's move on to the daily time frame. Remember, the lower time frames must support the idea of the higher time frames. So let's check the daily time frame to also see what it has for us. So on the daily time frame, as you can see, we have this daily fair value gap right here. Okay, which if price wants to continue lower, price has to disrespect this daily fair value gap right here. We shouldn't continue higher from this daily fair value gap. Okay, so it's two things. If price wants to reach this low, these lows right here, then definitely price should disrespect this daily fair value gap. Okay, and how do we know price is disrespecting this daily fair value gap? Normally in a daily fair value gap, we look for a 1 hour fair value gap out of it to know that price is respecting that daily fair value gap. But we don't want to see a 4 hour fair value gap creating as we approach the daily fair value gap. Okay, that's the first sign of a disrespect. Okay, so let's check the 4 hour time frame to also see. So yes, you can see that as price was coming into the daily fair value gap right here, price created this 4 hour fair value gap, which is the first sign that price may disrespect this daily fair value gap. Okay, this daily fair value gap. So if price respects this 4 hour fair value gap, then definitely price is going to disrespect this. And as you can see, it looks like price is actually respecting this 4 hour fair value gap, which means there's a higher probability that price is going to disrespect this daily fair value gap. Okay, and also you guys should know that everything that I say here, it's all about probability. It doesn't mean that's what's actually going to happen on the market. Okay, this is just a prediction towards the upcoming week. Okay, so yes, if you are disrespecting this, definitely if you are respecting the 4 hour fair value gap, I think price may be disrespecting this daily fair value gap, because we already come in. Why should we come in right here? So yeah, I think there's a sign of disrespecting the daily fair value gap, so let's look out for that. So definitely I think price will be coming for these lows right here. So overall, personally, I'm bearish on DXY. If nothing happens, I'm bearish on DXY. That's why you have to subscribe to the channel so that I will be keeping you guys updated, okay, with my daily videos. So yes, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, so from the DXY, let's move on to EURUSD. Okay, so this is EURUSD. Let's start from the weekly. Yeah, so this is EURUSD on the weekly. So if we think, if personally I think the DXY is bearish, then we should be looking out for bullish price on the EURUSD, because if DXY is bearish, it means the United States dollar is weak. So EURUSD, with USD being the quote currency, it means the euro is going to have an upper hand over the US dollar because it's weak, as we did in the DXY, as the analysis on the DXY shows. Okay, so we expect a bullish price action on EURUSD. Okay, so on EURUSD, this is the weekly. As you can see, it also gives us this long wick right here, which shows a sign of disrespect and bullish intention. Okay, so we can mark out this high as a near target for price to reach, and also this high as a long target for price to reach. Okay, and already we are coming out of this weekly fair value gap. Okay, so let's check the daily if it supports the ID. So on the daily too, as you guys can see, we swept this daily low right here. Price swept this low by giving us this long wick right here. Okay, so there's still a chance that price may be reaching this high. Okay, as you can see, after we even swept the low, price is there was a daily fair value gap right here, which I think price has also disrespected this daily fair value gap. Look, we've even closed above the fair value gap. There's a full sign of disrespect. Okay, so yes, we've disrespected this bearish daily fair value gap, which means there's still a probability that price will be reaching this high right here. Okay, but this high is not guaranteed, but there's a high probability that price will reach this high if nothing happens. Okay, so yeah, let's check the 4-hour to see what the 4-hour is also telling us. So on the 4-hour, as you guys can see, there was this 4-hour fair value gap here. Okay, so price came in this 4-hour fair value gap, but as price was moving towards the fair value gap, price created this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Okay, so price came into this bullish fair value gap, and price came back into this bearish fair value gap. Okay, price came low and swept this swing low right here, and price gave us this long wick. Right now we can also see that it seems that price has also swept this swing high. Okay, and price are also giving us this long wick. So I think going into the upcoming week, you guys should be very careful on these pairs, because there might be consolidations before the actual move happens. Okay, because if we are failing to respect a bullish fair value gap, we're also failing to respect a bearish fair value gap, then there might be a consolidation. Okay, so if nothing happens, there might be a little consolidation on Monday before the actual move happens later in the week. So I'll keep an eye on EURUSD. In case of anything, I'll be updating you guys, so you need to subscribe. Okay, so let's take USDJPY. Let's start from the weekly. So this is USDJPY. So as I said, if I think DXY is bearish, then definitely we should be looking out for bearish price action on the USDJPY, because in this case the US dollar is the base currency, so it moves in the direction of the DXY. Okay, so looking at last week's candle, you can see that price gave us this long wick right here, which is also showing a sign of bearish action. So this is it. There's a near target for price to reach. Okay, there's also a near target for price, a far target for price to reach up. Based on the weekly, a move from here to here, it's actually insane. Okay, but let's see. So this is actually a near price. From here to here is very near than from this place. This place to this place is very far, as we all know. So let's take the daily time frame, if it also supports the ID. Okay, so on a daily, we can see that okay, this okay, so price, there was this swing high right here that price swept. Okay, and price is currently in this daily fair value gap. So I think it's the same thing on the DXY. It looks like the same thing on the DXY. So if price has actually swept this point, this swing point right here, and price has moved into this 4-hour daily fair value gap, sorry, this is a daily fair value gap. Price swept this, gave us this long wick, and price has moved into this daily fair value gap. Now let's see what happens before price can reach this low, and eventually this low as well. Price will have to disrespect this daily fair value gap. Okay, now let's check the 4-hour if we will see any sign of disrespect on the 4-hour time frame. So yes, okay, so as you can see, coming into the daily fair value gap here, price decided to create all these 4-hour fair value gaps. So look, we disrespected this 4-hour fair value gap right here, the bullish one, and we created a bearish 4-hour fair value gap here. We created another bearish 4-hour fair value gap here. Okay, we even created another one here. That's where price came in right here. This is it. Okay, so for now, as I said, there might be consolidation as I said on the Euro USD, as you can see, you can even see that, you can clearly see that price has started ranging right here. Okay, you can see that price has started consolidating right here, because there's a bullish fair value gap and there's also a bearish fair value gap. Okay, so it's like a battle. Okay, it's like it's like a battle right here. We don't know whether price is going to continue higher or continue lower, because there's a bearish fair value gap to push price lower. There's also a bullish fair value gap to push price higher. So it will just result in a consolidation, and later on price will break to one side, then the actual move happens. That's why you need to subscribe. Okay, so going into this week, you need to be extra careful, because there might be consolidations earlier this week before the actual move happen. That's still a probability. That's still a probability, though. Anything at all can happen within the market. Okay, so let's check XAUUSD. Gold. Let's start on a weekly. Okay, so gold in a long term, as you guys can see, gold is bullish. Gold hasn't actually turned bearish yet, so for me gold is still bullish. But let's see. Although there are some short-term sells, gold, I think it's actually a retracement. So from this weekly fair value gap, as we can see right here, gold came into this weekly fair value gap. And normally, as I always say, from internal liquidity we move to an external liquidity. Okay, and maybe eventually this all-time high. Okay, so there is a daily fair value gap, a weekly fair value gap. So definitely I think price may reach this point as well. So let's check the daily to see if it supports the ID. So on the daily, okay, so this is actually the weekly fair value gap. Okay, so on the daily, price created this daily fair value gap right here, which price came in here, and also price came into this fair value area on the daily, which I think price should try to reach. Price should reach this high. Okay, so let me clear this fair value gap, because it's still relevant though, but it got traded into right here. It reached the contest high. So personally, the fair value gap, it's useless to me, because we only trade into a fair value gap once. Any fair value gap that's traded into once, if it has been traded into, you don't need it again. Okay, so this is a fair value gap. So price came into this fair value area, this line right here, and price started pushing higher, and price has retraced. Now let's check the 4-hour to see something. Let's see something on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we had we had this 4-hour fair value gap right here. Okay, and as price was retracing into the 4-hour fair value gap, the bullish fair value gap, price also created a 4-hour bearish fair value gap right here. Okay, so it's the same thing, it's just the same thing. If you've been following, you'll understand. As you can see, there's a bullish fair value gap to support the idea of continuing higher. Okay, and also there's a bearish fair value gap trying to push price lower. So it will definitely result in a consolidation, because price is not respecting the bullish fair value gap, and price also not respecting the bearish fair value gap. Well, if you look at this, if price retrace in here, okay, price should move up to this point, this external liquidity. If price also come in here, which means we are disrespecting this bullish fair value gap, so price should reach this swing point right here. But as you can see, price is struggling to even reach here. Okay, look at where price reached, and it's reversed. So price is actually struggling. So this will actually result in a consolidation. So going into this week, there might be a high probability that price will come low right here, just to sweep this swing low, okay, and continue higher, as you can see. Or price will run this high, begin to create 4-hour fair value gap upwards. So if price starts creating 4-hour fair value gap upwards, then it's a sign that the consolidation is over. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's either price comes low. As I said, there's no reason to be bearish on gold. In the long run, gold is still bullish. Okay, so you just have to be very careful with bearish price action. The bearish price action may be temporal, okay, because in the long run gold is still bullish. Okay, so yes, I'll be updating you as well. I'll be updating you guys on gold as well, because gold is actually one of the pairs that I actually trade, so I have to keep a close eye on it. So anything that happens within this range, we will know. Okay, yeah. So I think that will be all for today. Okay, bless up.